Okay, lesson 10, we get to figure out whether or not we did it right. And this is the step that put a smile on my face because we're actually going to go let the market tell us if we're onto something. I love the idea of testing. And I actually remember reading Tim Ferris's The 4-Hour Workweek, where he goes into a lot of detail about testing before doing anything tangible. There simply isn't nearly as much testing strategy gone these days as you'd think. Again, like I mentioned before, most of us think we need to create something and then try and sell it. It's like ingrained in our beings, like you need to let your creation out, right? Well, that's probably a school thing. We had to deliver and then get a grade, and it was a solo endeavor. Anyhow, I digress. What about rapid testing? Getting feedback on several iterations of the idea to see what the world is actually interested in, and then moving forward with something that you know is actually in demand. And that's what we're going to do here in lesson 10. He explicitly states, do not create a lead magnet. Do not create a landing page. If you have a social following, reach out and say, so many blanks have asked me about blank, and I've seen so many make the mistake of doing blank. And that's just backwards. So I'm thinking of putting together a blank for free that would help. Blank, like you. Would this be of interest to you? Now, he said that if you have no followers, then you'd need to roll out an ad, which is what I had to do. If you remember all the way back to the beginning, I started out completely fresh. New pages, new social profiles, so I have no followers, and I had to run some ads. And to make this more interesting, I'm not an ads guru. It's not something I've done much of. Here's a video of the ad I ran.
I've had a lot of podcasters ask me about different equipment they're thinking about using for their video podcast setup. And honestly, I've seen a lot of them make a big mistake of spending a ton of money on stuff that they hope might work. Maybe they saw it in a video somewhere, and frankly, it's just backwards. I'm thinking about putting together a list of all the equipment I use, and most importantly, know works amazing. And it's going to be free. That would help podcasters like you get an amazing quality for your video, and more importantly, grow your subscribers. Would that be of interest to you? If so, shoot me a DM and let me know.
Now, interestingly, the first time I ran the ad and asked for a DM, if there was any interest, the description was video podcast equipment that works, along with that video you just saw. I got 2 DMs. One was a GIF of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, saying, "Who cares?" And the second one was legitimate porn. So my initial reaction was, clearly I did it wrong. Then I was like, maybe I suck. Maybe this idea is terrible. And I mean, frankly, I was a little down. I had to sit on that for a day. And I know you gotta test it. But then I kind of started thinking about the "who cares" GIF and said, well, what if I took that as coaching and replaced the random stranger with James and imagine it as legit feedback? And I thought, if I saw a title of said video podcast equipment that works, I'd say the same thing, and then started to appreciate it as early constructive feedback. Now, however, the porn that I got didn't help at all. And it makes you wonder who has the time, but again, I'm digressing. So I used the exact same video, but just changed the description to my domino belief. Video podcasting is the fastest way to authentically grow your audience, and the results could not have been any different. I've had direct DMs, as well as the page now has 174 followers in the course of a handful of days. It just proves how important a hook really is and how some seemingly small things can make all of the difference in the world. So I've actually concluded that I did do it right and that I'm onto something. So next up is the landing page and the thank you page, which will be the next lesson, lesson 11. And we're getting close to actually asking people to make a jump. Now, if you found this video and want to follow along or check out this course, this part of BBD is free, so be sure to check out the link in the description, and it's called The First 100 Leads. Until next time, and when we get into the landing and thank you page, we'll see you soon.